today's draft, biggest surprises for the first month of the 2023 regular season. Myles, what do you got?
I got the Bengals stink, man. I mean, I am really surprised by this. And, a big part of it is the fact that Joe Burrow just is not healthy. And we can tell that because the way he usually moves in the pocket is just not the way he can move right now. And he's not a threat to run because his calf is bothering him. But still, they've only scored 3 points in a game twice through 4 games, man. I mean, the only game that they were really, really super competitive was against the Ravens in the second half. And then they beat the Rams because the defense was great in that game and just absolutely knocked Matthew Stafford off of his spot. And they couldn't get anything going, the Rams, offensively enough. So that's the thing that really is surprising to me. And you look at the Bengals schedule, it's not getting much easier. They go to Arizona and play them this week. Then they have the Seattle Seahawks before the bye. This could get ugly really quickly for the Bengals, and they're in a really, really tough division in the AFC North.
I struggled with whether I should be positive or negative with these. I've gone back and forth. And Bengals stink is literally what I typed in to the list that I hurriedly put together when I realized that was today's draft. Bengals stink, literally. Let me be positive. Let me be positive out of the gates.
Okay.
CJ Stroud and the Texans. Because they were the one team that we could, with some degree of confidence, look to in the AFC and say they've got no chance. Everybody else is in the pool. They've got no chance. Raiders probably have no chance. Sims has been bullish on the Raiders. I haven't been. And the Raiders have been exactly what I thought they were going to be. But the Texans, not what I thought they were going to be. The Texans have been very good, led by C.J. Stroud, who is already showing signs of franchise quarterback. Not just, oh, this kid passes the eyeball test. He looks like he belongs. No, it's more than he looks like he belongs in the NFL. He looks like he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL already. And every time I think of what he's doing, I think, man, whoever was trying to spread all that crap about him before the draft to get him to fall knew what they were doing. Because that's what was happening. Whatever that test was, the T2 or the S2 or whatever, the BS2, the SUX 6000, whatever it was. That they got to go back and take another look at that test because this guy is the real deal. Now, the challenge going forward, there's enough film out there where defenses start to figure out what he's doing, start to crack the code a little bit, take away what he does well. Can he pivot to something else? But so far, not just so good, so far, so great, Myles.
Yeah, absolutely. I give a lot of credit to DeMeco Ryans and Bobby Slowick, their offensive coordinator, for putting him in positions to succeed. And it's really, really paying off so far because the Texans and CJ Stroud were definitely on my list too. But I'm going to go with another team in the other conference in the South, and that's the Buccaneers, man. I'm surprised that they are 3-1, and I'm surprised that they've looked so good. Baker Mayfield's playing well. We mentioned him earlier on in the show, but he's 8th in passer rating right now. Passer rating's over 100. He's completing passes at a 70% rate. I mean, this is good stuff. Now, we'll see what happens with Mike Evans. We'll see if they can keep it up. But so far, I am surprised that the Buccaneers are 3-1 and that they're playing as well as they are.
Yeah, that is a very pleasant surprise, and nobody really knew what to make of the NFC South. It seemed wide open. Any of the teams could have won it. Any of the teams could have finished in 4th place. And so far, it's shaking out as Bucs the best, Panthers the worst, and then you've got a couple of teams in the middle. Who knows what the Falcons and Saints are going to do. All right. I was positive with the last one. I thought about Devin Achane, who's averaging 11.4 yards per carry, which is just crazy for the Dolphins. I'm just going to go with the Giants' regression. I'm surprised by that because I thought last year wasn't flash in the pan, everything lined up just right, won a few games they should have lost, stumbled their way into the playoffs, beat the Vikings and their horrendous defense. They just feel like they've completely lost their way. And when you have no blocking whatsoever, it is hard for Daniel Jones to justify his $40 million per year contract. But it feels like the bottom has just immediately fallen out for the Giants, and they're back to where they were before last year. It's like last year didn't even happen. They're back to being that hapless, dysfunctional team they had been since winning Super Bowl 46. There's no hope. There's no promise. There's no upside. and there's no end in sight. 64-3, Miles, they've been outscored at home in 2 games this year. 64-3. It just feels like it's bad, and it's only going to get worse for the New York Football Giants. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.